Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome to Get Educational Help channel. This is the fourth video in the series of embedded systems lecture. Previously we discussed about the classifications and components of microcontrollers. In this video I will discuss the microcontroller in depth, its difference with the microprocessor, instruction set usage, SOCs meaning system on chips, its package components and various microcontrollers used nowadays. Consider the lecture as the most important lecture in this series and watch it from the beginning as it is related to the heart of any embedded system. Difference between a microprocessor and a microcontroller. Entry-level embedded system developers make a very rookie mistake while considering the microcontroller a small version of microprocessor. Some of them even consider that it is a CPU and everything is a CPU. But in actual it is very wrong. Microprocessors, unlike microcontrollers, don't have RAM, ROM and other peripherals on the chip. In actual, microcontroller is the processor with built-in memory like RAM, ROM, analog to digital converters and digital to analog converters. As I also told you in the previous video that what is a system on chip. A system on chip or an SoC is a complete package with all of the necessary components needed to control an embedded system. Nowadays, a microcontroller is also based on an SoC. As you can see in the images below, you can see that this is a central processing unit, a CPU, and everything has to be externally connected to it. The main memory, the secondary memory, and even the IOs or input outputs. And on the other side, it is a system on chip. A microcontroller in nowadays, or simply speaking, it is a system on chip because it has to drive a lot of small devices and embedded systems. It has to be robust and small in size. Thus, it is based on a system on chip. You can see that there are different types of digital to analog converters, RAM, timers, counters, serial communications like UART, SPI, and I2C. These all are in a complete package called a system on chip. So from now on, we will consider microcontroller a system on chip or an SoC. There are different components present within a microcontroller system on chip or an SoC. The components that are shown here are general components. Not all of the microcontroller SoCs consist of these components or this architecture. But normally most of the microcontrollers consist of these components generally. The central processing unit is very obvious, a clock which generates enough frequency for the processing unit to process. A ROM and a flash memory is also very important because it consists of the program itself. A RAM, timers and counters for different types of programs, serial communication ports for the microprocessor to be programmed, general purpose input outputs or GPIOs, and bus control. But normally in some of the microcontrollers nowadays there are more than these types of components as the technology is becoming more and more sophisticated and small in size. According to the Moore's law, a lot of the transistors will become small and small and the density of the circuit will increase. What are development boards? Development boards are ready to go or plug and play PCBs encompassing microcontrollers with necessary circuits for them to be able to work right away. This makes them cheaper and reliable, especially for prototyping any type of embedded system device beforehand. These boards sometimes also consist of oscillators, power supplies, and in some cases SD cards for external storage and RTC because it is the real-time clock. Below you can see that there are plenty of development boards. If you are related to electronics field, you are well aware of these development boards, especially Arduino. There are different types of models of Arduino that are shown here. One is Uno, Nano, Leonardo and Micro. Another type of famous brand is ST Microelectronics, which makes STM32 boards. These are 32-bit microcontroller boards and they are very fast in speed. Another company is ADF Root and you can see this tiny microcontroller board. It is based on ATmega 328P, which I will be discussing in the coming slides. RISC architecture is also known as Reduced Instruction Set Computer. It is a family of instruction set computer or ISA that has a limited number of instructions. Processors that have RISC architecture typically require fewer transistors than other instruction sets, such as x86 processors found in most personal computers. including Intel's and AMD computers, which improves costs, power consumption, and heat dissipation. I am calling these microcontrollers as MCUs, so please consider this. These characteristics makes them desirable for light, portable, battery-powered devices, including smartphones, laptops, tablets, and computers, and other embedded systems. You can see below that this is an RISC architecture. You will be wondering that what type of instruction set are the Intel processors are using. It is x86. It is a very different type of protocol and different type of instruction set, but we will keep ourselves to the RISC architecture because majority, I will say 99% of the microcontrollers are using this architecture. This is a wide variety of the family of microcontrollers that are using RISC architecture. MIPS, Atmel, AVR, this is a very famous company. Microchip PIC processors, ARM processors, RISC-V, ST Microelectronics, and PowerPC. AVR is one of the family members of RISC instruction set. It is the family of 8-bit microcontrollers being developed by Atmel. Atmel has been developing these microcontrollers since 1996. The first one was ATmega8, and since then plenty of quality microcontrollers have been developed. In 2016, Atmel was acquired by Microchip company, which was also a pioneer in developing microcontrollers. Below you can see that there are different types of microcontroller series. AVRs are generally classified into following series: Tiny AVR, Mega AVR, X Mega, and FPSLIC. Normally the controllers that we usually interact with are Mega AVR, Tiny AVR, and X Mega. And these type of controllers are very beneficial for FPGA boards. You can also see these types of series in your Arduino Uno or Arduino Mega, just like ATmega 2560 and Arduino ATmega 328P. These are the series of AVR microcontrollers. In these microcontrollers, flash, EEPROM, and SRAM are all integrated into a single chip, making them very small in size. Almost all devices except smallest tiny AVR chips have serial interfaces, which can also be used to connect larger EEPROM serials or flash chips. You can see that these are different types of ATmega AVR series: ATmega 328P, ATmega 2560, and ATmega 168. Each of these microcontrollers have very famous development boards. ATmega 328P is used in Arduino Uno, Nano, Arduino LilyPad, and AVR Pro Trinket. And ATmega 2560 is used in Arduino Mega and Robot DYN Mega Pro Mini. And ATmega 168 is used in Arduino DSE Mela. But there are different types of further AVR series that are used in plenty of development boards. Another member of this RISC family is PIC microcontroller by Microchip. It is the first microcontroller manufactured by the Microchip company. Earlier PIC was known as Peripheral Interface Controller, and now it is called Programmable Intelligent Computer, and it was first manufactured in 1976. Just like AVRs, PIC microcontrollers also use Harvard architecture and RISC instruction set. Actually, there is no competition between AVRs and PIC microcontrollers because of being owned by the same company. Earlier models of PIC had only read-only memory or field programmable EEPROM, but nowadays they are coming with the flash for the program storing. PIC devices generally feature the same properties as the AVR microcontrollers, like flash memory, static RAM, EEPROM, sleep mode, watchdog timer, and RC oscillator for the clocks. PIC and AVRs are the most used microcontrollers in most of our embedded devices. They are very popular with both industrial developers and hobbyists due to their low cost, wide availability, large user base, extensive collection of application nodes, and availability of low cost or free development tools. The next is ARM microcontrollers. ARM is originally a British global semiconductor company and a software design company. Now it is owned by the Japanese. Just like AVR and PIC controllers, it is also a family of RISC instruction sets. ARM is actually a company that licenses the core designs for the series of 32-bit processors. It does not manufacture any complete silicon products, just intellectual property only, which is required for the microcontrollers. Just like the AVRs and PIC controllers, its architecture is also based on Harvard architecture. But ARM is also manufacturing the microcontrollers with von Neumann architecture. Semiconductor companies such as Microchip, ST Electronics, and Qualcomm take the ARM cores, which is consistent set of instruction and register naming, and add peripheral devices such as analog to digital converters that I discussed in the previous videos, and clocks, serial communications such as UART, SPI, I2C, CAN protocol, USB, Ethernet, and etc. Ethernet and LCD camera or touch controllers are also included by these companies. ARM only licenses the cores for these companies. Therefore, it is very pioneer in making these cores. The semiconductor company such as Microchip that also manufactures AVR and PIC controllers, they sell these microcontrollers with internal flash. In addition to that, Microchip also offers demo boards both on its website and also through distribution channels such as DigiKey, Farnell and Mouser Electronics. You can see this architecture of ARM core. This is an ARM core which ARM licenses to the companies like Microchip and ST Electronics. These processors are found in a variety of industrial and IoT applications. Its most famous series is Cortex M 32-bit processors which are used in the fast electronic and embedded devices. You can see that ARM Cortex family is subdivided into three series: ARM Cortex A, R and M. A series are a set of microcontrollers with very complex structure. R series are microcontrollers with real-time applications, and M series are microcontrollers with small applications like embedded devices, etc. Just as I mentioned before in the previous slide that it is also based on Harvard architecture, making it very optimized for cost and energy efficient microcontrollers. These are famous ARM Cortex M based microcontrollers and their boards, Arduino M0 and Arduino Due. These boards are very power efficient and have a lot of different types of features. This is a table showing the specifications of an ARM Cortex MCU. You can see that its CPU speed is very high, 84 MHz when it comes to normal microcontrollers, and its memory size for the program is also very high, 512 kilobytes. And there are also different types of features such as SPI and I2C protocol communications and Ethernet, ADCs, and 103 GPIOs. There are other specifications as well when it comes to variety of ARM Atmel's ARM Cortex. You can see the name of Atmel ARM Cortex. It means that ARM company has licensed its microcontroller cores to Atmel, which is then manufacturing under the supervision of Microchip company. This is how these semiconductor companies work. Smartphone CPU manufacturers like Qualcomm and MediaTek also use these ARM processors because of their flexibility and very high speed. Thank you guys. I hope this was very beneficial lecture for you because it was related to the heart of any embedded system, the microcontrollers. In the next video, I will be teaching you about different types of memories that I have mentioned in the previous videos also, such as EEPROM, flash, static RAM, dynamic RAM, and other types of memories. I hope this series of embedded systems is helping you in every way. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.